When you post on social media, you're posting for a reaction. I don't care what anybody says. You're weird. And let me tell you why. No one is entitled to engagement. Welcome to Kalam the Voice podcast. I'm your host, Anel, and here we talk about all things inner child, healing, spirituality, God, self-love, in full transparency. And today we are on episode 6. Let me just be transparent and say that the past 2 episodes, I haven't had any notes. I don't have any notes today. I do have a topic. Again, I know I said that before. But here's my thing, right? I have felt like I just am too structured. You feel what I'm trying to say? Like, it's given very much rehearsed, and I don't like it. Cause I watch back these episodes, obviously, because I have to edit them. And God really told me, like, I'm going to need you to just speak. Just speak. Use your gift that I gave you, wonderfully, beautifully created. And just speak because I got you. Okay? You don't need to know what to say in every step. You feel what I mean? So that brings us to this episode today, and that is validation. So, let's get into the episode. Real quick, real personal. I am on a social media cleanse. I am going on 90 days right now. By the time that you are watching this, I'm already off of it, obviously, because I'm posting. But as of July 23rd, 2024, I have been off social media. And let me just say, it has been the best decision I have made this year. I'm not even fronting. It's the best decision I've made. I have not been so focused and disciplined in my entire life. I haven't. And I've been like checking off my little goals and here and there. And it feels good. You feel me? But why that's correlated with validation, right? So we're on social media. We've been on social media for a very long time. And, we get the likes and the comments and the engagement and all that. And I slowly started to see that I was very much seeking validation. And I'm being transparent. Subconsciously, I was doing stuff to post. And I think a lot of people are not transparent or are not transparent about posting on social media and what it can do for you, even if it's just for fun or you barely post or whatever. When you post on social media, you're posting for a reaction. I don't care what anybody says. You are expecting some type of engagement. And if you are somebody who sits behind your screen and just watches people religiously, doesn't engage and all that, you're weird. And let me tell you why. No one is entitled to engagement. Right? No one is. No one needs to like your stuff. No one needs to be all up in your stuff. However, if in person you have all these opinions and comments about what I posted and you did not engage with it, that makes you a weirdo. And I've said this on my Instagram before. Real quick, who don't want to be here? Because clearly, like, that's what you post for. And I had to collect myself for a little bit and know that, yes, I'm not entitled to engagement. But then also, like, why are you here? Seriously, serious question. Why are you here? Like, the internet is to engage. That's why it was created, to connect with people. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, let's just be for real. Okay? So, that was my whole thing. But then it got even deeper where I was over consuming the internet for all the wrong reasons. And it was getting me tight. If you don't know what that is, that means, like, it's getting me mad. Because I've noticed that I've been saying little slangs that people won't get. But, I'm from the Bronx, so Yeah, there's a lot of things that people don't understand, and I need to understand my target audience, but I'm deviating from what I'm trying to say. So, yes, I started to see that I was validating myself on the internet. But then I started to see that I was seeking validation in my real life too. I just never really accepted it. I would disguise it as, oh, I just want to see if I can get some constructive criticism or to see, what people like. And it's just like, no. And it's the reason why I kept this podcast to myself for nearly 2 years. Because I kept comparing myself. Like, oh, this person is doing this, they have that, they have this. And I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to put it on the flow. I am. Because everybody does it. Everybody compares themselves. No matter how successful they are, you're constantly comparing yourself, whether you like it or not, because you are consuming other people's content. So, what I had to do was get off the internet and believe in my idea and my brand. And this is what I'm doing now. By the time you see this, it's going to be probably 2025. So that's pretty interesting that happens. But yeah, I just feel like, I don't know. I didn't like the way it started to make me feel. And I was getting anxiety, for real, for real. Like, I was fine if I wasn't posting. But then when I did post, I was like, looking like, oh, okay, let me see, whatever. But then it's also like I would use different excuses as to why I was on the internet so much. Like, oh, I need to know how to post, because a lot of the times I was posting to study the internet. That's one tip that no video has said, or that I have seen that they don't emphasize enough. You need to study the internet and your analytics in order to know how to post, how to market. Like, it is what it is. But I would also disguise it as, oh yeah, well, I need to know what's, how to use things. But it's like, I'm also not producing anything. So I'm really on here just over consuming on TikTok for hours. And instead of using that time to do something productive towards myself, I'm over here. I always need water. No one tells you how much you need water when you talk this much. But instead of producing the things that I know how to do myself, I'm over here watching other people. And how does that make sense? So I had to have this talk with myself, like, yo, you need to get off the internet, because time is ticking. And you've been sitting on this project for a very long time, and you've done nothing. Like, you have the idea, you have how you want to do it, you just haven't set it out. You haven't worked on it. And it really started to take a toll on my mental health. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, yeah. So one day I just woke up and just logged off. And I'm nearly 90 days in, and I do not miss the internet. I don't even search for it on my phone no more. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I am so focused on what I want to do. I've gotten stronger with my ideas and my own opinion. And at the end of the day, bro, the only opinion I care about is God's. Not even my parents, for real. I don't care. Why? Because if I want to walk in my purpose, and if I want to be in my purpose, I need to do things from the Creator who created me. Because that's how you find your purpose. You find your purpose outside of you. I think that's something that I've learned recently, where we feel like our purpose is within us, but we have to work within ourselves in order to find our purpose outside of us, because we are the creator of God. God created us in the creation of a purpose, correct? So, how can we know that within ourselves if it's outside of us? You feel me? As I said before, God really does give me a word in a particular season in which, let's say, it's something new or something that I like skipped over that I need to work on within myself, he really does give me a word and it works. So in this season, in the fourth quarter, he gave me the word validation. And he really started to ask me, like, why do you want to do this? Why do you not feel capable enough to do your vision? Why don't you feel like it's a strong enough idea? Why is it that you are asking other people, but in reality, you just want someone to say yes? When I'm saying yes to you. That is all you need. And he was right, as always, per usual. Always right. God, let me explain something to you. God be talking to us all day, every day. We just don't be listening. We don't. And it's very interesting because for me personally, I feel it in my body. Like my body will tell me something is wrong if my mind is ignoring it. And it's like a blessing and a curse because sometimes you want to be oblivious to stuff. And a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm spiritual. How do you have so much energy? Because people who are spiritual and connected, like, I'm tired. I am tired. I was actually born tired, but look, that's not the point. I'm tired all the time. Why? Because it takes so much out of you to literally be in tune that much. And sometimes you want a break. Mentally, you want a break. You want to just live, but you get, I don't know, I guess it's just a part of gift. But neither here nor there. I was, and I'm still in this. So I may feel different by the time I post this, and I'll give you guys an update. But, all this is pre-recorded, and no one knows about this. Like, not a soul knows about this at all. Not my sister, not my best friend, not my mom, not my dad. Nobody knows but me and God. Why? Because I am using this project as me working on my validation, because my idea is great. The things that I have to say are helpful, are great, are insightful, are intellectual. So why do I need to tell everybody and have all these different energies to tell me, oh, you should do this, you should do that, and then I'm second guessing myself? That will be defeating the whole purpose of why I started this. So that was my decision, and you should see how I film. No one knows how I film. I have to put my mic away, put my lights away. I have a secret tab in my computer where I have all my edits and all like the visuals, and I film when no one's home so that no one walks in and watches me, and it's all about me being in this moment and understanding that I need to do this because my idea is great, not because, oh yeah, you would be good at that, and yeah, like, no. And now when I go into the world and share it, I am not seeking all of that stuff is important to a certain degree, but I'm not gonna be expecting it because I know that it's great, and eventually people are gonna like it, people may not. But that's not important. Why? Because I validated my idea for a very long time, and no one is going to take that away from me. And I feel like that's what this whole episode is about. You have great ideas. You may have similar ideas that are already out there, but that doesn't make you inadequate to have your own, to produce your own. If you want to be creative, no one is you. No one is going to execute like you do. No one is going to perform the way that you perform. Example, there are phenomenal dancers, but there are dancers who are choreographers too. And then there's dancers that only dance because they're not good at choreography. You feel what I mean? And then there's dancers that are better in freestyle and they're not good at choreography. It takes them some time. And it's just like everybody has their field. Some people are blessed and can do all three, which is great. But my point in saying that is you can have the same choreography with 15 dancers and they're all going to do it different. And that's the beauty of creation. So this is what I've been telling myself for weeks, and not myself, obviously. Listen, me and God, we locked in, okay? So all of this that I'm saying is coming from a real place, and everything that I speak on is because I went behind the scenes and did the work. Am I perfect? No. Am I ever going to be perfect? No. Am I striving to be perfect? Absolutely not. But I do understand that I'm not going to sit here and tell you to do things that I've never done, that I haven't processed myself. And if I am expressing it, it's because this is a way of me releasing that into the world, because I understand that my purpose is not for me, it's for others. And this can help somebody. I don't care if it helps 2 people, 1 person. I don't care. I feel like it is helpful, and I am a big believer. I want to be the person that I want to meet. Someone who is respectful, respected. Someone who is creative, who believes in themselves, who validates themselves, who speaks from a real place of discernment and has boundaries and wants to help others. And, it's just all of that stuff. But, yeah. I just want to give myself grace, because that's something that I've had to learn too, where it's like, okay, I may not know how to record perfectly. I may not know how to do that. But now when I'm watching it, I can, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it's all a learning process. And I think it's, in some way, everybody seeks validation. And if you can't validate yourself, you're going to constantly live in a mindset that you're going to constantly be disappointed, because you're going to be expecting something that is never going to happen. You're never going to satisfy people. Some people may love your stuff. Some people may not. Some people are like, it's okay. And all of those 3 things are fine. But as long as that you know that you are the ish, like, no one can take that away from you. And people can see that. Like, people can see if you're actually confident for real. Like, whether it's through a camera, in person, whatever you do, people go based off your confidence. Like, if you're confident within yourself, your audience is going to be like, oh, like, she's really that girl. Like, that's why there are creators who have a really strong audience, because they believe in themselves. I have been eager to share this, but there was like a lot of back and forth, because now I'm in this season where I'm learning to validate myself, but then God is like, get off the internet. So it just doesn't really make sense. And I feel like I said this in another episode, so I'm not gonna go too much into detail about it, but yeah, it just doesn't make sense. But it's just like, no, I want you in this moment to still do it. I'm not saying not to do it. I want you to do it, but I want you to do it for the right reasons, and I want you to do it in a way where it's out when it's out. Not like, okay, I'm doing it and then like I'm anxious, because not anxious like a good anxious, I'm like anxious because I don't know if it's good enough. And it's just like, no, that's not the point. I don't know when I'm going to go back on social media, but I do know that when I do come back, I am not going to be so connected to the things that I was before, because now I'm producing things and stuff, because I don't know what I'm doing. Please understand, I have zero idea what I'm doing, but guess what? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it confused. I'm going to do it frustrated. I'm going to do it not with no education behind this at all, except YouTube, literally. You can't learn something if you're not doing it. You need to do it and practice so that you can get to a place where you're just learning and growing, and then every episode is going to get better. You feel me? I don't even say like or whatever the case may be. Notice how I've been having a little bit of hiccups, and I'm going to put this in the edits. I'm not going to edit everything out. Why? Because I want people to see. I want to be realistic. You feel what I mean? Like, let's just be for real, and let's just gather ourselves. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really hope that you guys learned something. And if it doesn't make sense, it actually does. You feel what I mean? I just want to have a conversation with you guys and not be so like uptight about what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. Listen, this is who I truly am. And yeah, I'm just really trying to exude what I would like to be seeing. Something that is authentic, that is not too scripted, that is coming from a place of, authenticity. I want to show authenticity. That is the word I've been trying to get for the past 30 minutes. But anyway, our Boundaries Baddies tip is on deck. We are here. Boundaries Baddies tip number 6. Validate your damn self. Your ideas are great. Your potential is there. Your talent, your gift is there. Do it for yourself. Because if you seeking in other places, baby, you never gonna satisfy people. So, wake up, smell the coffee, do things for yourself. Not for yourself. Do them for a higher power that's bigger than you. Okay? And I'm talking to you and me. So, that's today's Boundaries Baddies tip. And I really hope that you go out and do the things that make you feel validated. I'm going to speak English. I really hope that you go out and do the things that make you feel validated. Because these things are important. And that's why you're always going to feel like, why does nothing feel enough? Why is... you don't want to feel like that. And if you don't treat it now, you're going to be like this forever. Please understand. You will. My grandmother has always taught me that. Change it now, or you're going to be like this forever. And once you get past a certain age, you're going to be like that. You're just going to say that. And you should be scared of that thought and feeling. So, yeah. That's it, and that's all. And that is all for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you really understand the roller coaster and what I'm saying, and for we can understand how each other's brain works. So comment down below about how you feel validated. What are the things that you do, and have you even noticed that you do these things just like me? And let's just have a conversation. So make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And make sure you're doing it for yourself every single day. Bye.